like to label the wrong side of the fabric, especially given that there's like no strong indication of what the wrong side is. So yay. Okay, so I have my pattern pieces. Now I'm gonna do a video of the pattern pieces that I have. Before I start sewing. I have a little shot list here. So that I didn't do, or more of a mid. Cutting the patterns, I did that. And now I gotta show the pattern pieces. Okay. So, showing the pattern pieces, I have 3 pattern pieces, or 3 main pattern pieces. And I'm actually done with the projector. So I'm gonna turn this off. Off. Cool. Okay. So the pattern pieces I have are the front, and then I have 2, oh shoot, oh crap, I was supposed to flip one of the back pieces, so now I have 2, like if I put them on the side that they should be, there literally are 2 like pieces for the back as opposed to 1 left and 1 right. So that means that one of these, I can flip one of these pieces, but it just means it's gonna be like a little bit of a pain in the butt. And you can see like, oh well. This one's for me anyway, so I'm not too stressed about it being like the best. But damn, I totally forgot. I should have either flipped the pattern or I could have just flipped the fabric. It's okay though, it's not a big deal. It's not like, you know, it's like polka dots on the back and then stripes in the front where you could really tell the difference, so it's okay. But what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna display the front and the back pieces so that I can record. Let's move this over a little bit. Okay. And then this goes like this. We come now. Everybody wants to just play. So what's gonna happen is this piece that is wrong, it's going to it's just gonna be curling outward instead of curling inward, you see? That's how I know it's the wrong side. That's okay, it's not a huge deal. Okay. So in my video, I'm probably gonna do or something like that. Okay, let me record. Turn the light on. So I actually record my videos through my computer. I use QuickTime, and I just connect my camera to my computer, and then I do like a movie recording through my camera, through my computer, if that makes any sense. I find that it's easier to do this because I can see what I'm doing on my computer, and it's also easier because I can I save more space on my like camera, like because all of this the space that gets used from iCloud rather than from my camera, so I prefer to do it this way. Let me just close pattern projector. It's not letting me close. Oh, if you want, I can turn this way so you can see what it looks like on my computer. So right now, this is the pattern that I don't know why it's saying that, but this is the pattern that I just cut out. So you can see like that's the front. Is it showing through? Not so well, but these are the pattern pieces. I'm so nervous. I can't even talk straight. But let me close this app, and then now I'm gonna show you how I record through my camera. So I go to QuickTime. My camera's already plugged in, so it should pop up. I go to QuickTime, I go to File, I go to Movie Recording, and then you see it's right here. And then when I'm ready, I'm just gonna hit record, and then I'll save it. So like I said, I'm just showing the 3 pattern pieces. I think I want to move this over a little bit more this way ish. Then you can't see me, so maybe this way, and I'll just turn the camera. There we go. Okay, let me record. Pattern piece. I probably should look at the camera. I feel like I haven't looked at the camera. Okay, cool. So now I'm gonna play it back, and you can see it's like all here. Oh no, my bra is showing. It's okay though. Okay, and then I just save it. So every time I'm recording a video, I always create a folder for the video, and then I just save every clip as I go. Now I'm gonna actually get into sewing. And I'm gonna start by sewing the 2 back pieces together. And then after the 2 back pieces, then I will do the front piece. Sorry. I am all over the place. Okay, come with me. Come with me. Okay. My tripod won't stay. Oh, okay, cool. All right, now I'm gonna get get a shot from the side of me sewing. Oh yeah. I only have, okay, and then I need to change my thread. Can you guys see me? It's kind of far. It's kind of far. Okay. Maybe I should put this one. Wait. Easy, darling. So the reason why I'm like kind of setting this up is because I'm probably going to use this video for my actual content. So the better it looks. This is the top that I'm gonna be making. FYI. Okay. Changing the thread. I feel like I've been sewing forever, but it's really only been like a week, I think. Probably a week exact. Oh my gosh, my bra is showing. Excuse me. Okay. Yeah, I feel like it's been a week since I've sewn, which is a long time because I've gone periods where I'm like sewing like every day. Okay. Then I'm gonna bring this down. Do you guys want to see how I thread the machine? You want to see how I thread? I'll give you a close-up. Hold on. 1 second. I'm going to show you how I thread the machine. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to change my POV. We are nice and intimate today, aren't we? Okay. So I'm going to show you how I thread the machine. Usually the thread is supposed to go here, but I don't know, I don't feel like putting it there. Actually, no, I'm going to put it there. Let's follow the rules today. So go here, go through this first, I go through the second, then I go here, I come up, I go around this metal thing, then I come down, and then I go through this little like hook thing, go in there, bring my needle up, and then I put the thread in the hole. And do you see it? That's only one part. I have to change the bobbin because I don't want red thread on the bobbin. I'm just going to change this to 0. And then now for the bobbin, I take out this arm. And then I need to see, I have a bobbin case with all the different colors. I do want white. So I'm going to take this out. And then I'm going to go just kind of clean this up so I can put it away. And then I'm just going to take the white one out. That's what I'm going to be using. Put this red away. Okay. Now we're going to take the white. This is really to the brim. And then just stick it in here. And then bring it through this little click thing here. Bring it up, around, and here click again. Pull it through a little bit. Push it in here. Click. And then we're just gonna use the needle to bring this thread up so that it comes here. So I'm just turning my needle here like so. When I turn it, it comes down. Keep turning it until it pulls it, so you can see it kind of getting ready to pull it up. It's gonna pull it. Okay, and then now I'm gonna pull this and you'll see it come through. So there we go. You have the two threads. I don't know if you can see. So the machine is threaded. It's time to start sewing. Now, if I were a well-behaved sewist, I would pin these two pieces together, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that because this is like my third or fourth time. No, not even, probably like my fifth time making this shirt. So I'm pretty well versed on, you know, the assembly. So I'm not gonna pin it. I always like to have my fabric hanging over this side of the machine because it's easier to move. And I believe the seam allowance for this was an inch or like 3/4 of an inch. Okay. So I like to use, let me just put this to hold it down. And then let me check. I'm gonna check my my sewing pattern to see what the seam allowance is for this thing. Sewing pattern, 2-box shirt, pattern 5, PDF. Let's see. The seam allowance is 5/8. Okay, cool. So now we're gonna put it on 5. This is 8, 7, 6, 5, 5/8. So I'm gonna move this 8, 7, 6, 5 to 5/8. This is a 5/8. So I'm gonna make sure my needle is centered, and I'm just gonna move it so that the fabric is touching the metal part. Bring my needle down, turn the machine on. Yeah, that usually works. I feel like I might need to change this needle, but I'm gonna leave it as is for now. All right, I'm ready to sew. Wow, my machine is quiet. Interesting. It's usually very squeaky. Huh. That's interesting. Let's see how the stitches are looking. Beautiful. Okay, cool. I'll take it. Oh, there it goes. I spoke too soon. I heard the squeak. Squeak-a-leak. I spoke too soon. I don't know why it's squeaky sometimes and not at other times. I definitely want to look into having it looked at. But I kind of have a feeling that maybe, I don't know. I don't really know. Ugh, it's so annoying. I feel like it has something to do with the speed of which I'm sewing. I feel like when I go slow, it doesn't squeak as much. Let me see, let me go really slow. Nah, it's still squeaking. So I don't know. You can see how these are like rolling in the same direction because one of the patterns is on the wrong side. And that was my fault because I forgot to flip it in the pattern projector app. This is kind of short. It's not really lining up here. Myrrh. Okay. Beautiful. Okay. All right. So we've got our first seam stitched. I don't know if you can see it because it's white on white, but it looks great on my end. I get the seam ripper or seam cutter. I'm really dehydrated. I'm so dehydrated that I feel like I'm drowning. You know that feeling you get in your mouth when you're like about to drown? You know that feeling? That's how I feel. Okay, so now, because I want to make a faux like casing, I want it to look, I don't know how to explain it. Hold on, let me show you. I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna try to do now. Ew, forgot my phone. Okay, so you see how here it has like a faux kind of, I don't know, like a channel kind of look. Maybe you see it better on the other side. There we go. You see how it's like that? That's what I'm gonna try to do now. That's what I'm gonna try to do now. And to do that, I need to just fold over the fabric. So I think it was like once and then again, twice. And then I would like top stitch the edge. I probably should use some tape for this or some glue. Yeah, I'm gonna use some glue. One thing I will say, hold on, let me just grab the glue. Hold on. I don't want you to see my bedding area. Okay. So one thing I will say is that I like using glue when I'm working on sewing projects. It doesn't gum up the needle or anything. And it's just easier than pins. Pins can be so like time consuming sometimes. So yeah, and it works. Look, it stays. So I'm just gonna keep gluing it. It doesn't need to be like every like acre, but just enough to keep it in place. Like so, like that, so that I can fold it again and then sew it down. It is currently raining in Brooklyn, and I'm kind of sad about it. Like, I know the trees and the leaves and the flowers and the plants all need the water. Like, I know that. But selfishly, I'm just like, man, I wish it were like a nice toasty summer day, or even a nice toasty like spring day with sun, because the sun makes me like happy. It makes me feel inspired to like live and do things and, you know, be active and be out. But But when it's cold, all I want to do is just like stay home under a blanket. Don't want to go out. Don't want to hang out, you know? And I realize like that's not great. That's not the way to be. 'Cause like you gotta live. You gotta be able to adapt to whatever's like going on with the environment. And not even just adapt, but you gotta be able to like just keep going. Like you don't not go into work because it's raining. You know? You don't go in, you don't even like skip going into work if it's snowing. You still go. You still show up. So like, why can't we be that way when it comes to life? It's raining, it's snowing, but I'm still gonna like do something fun. Something as a whole, you know? Oy vey. Okay, so I'm almost done with gluing this part before I fold it and sew it. I don't know, it looks a little weird right here. It's a little too long. But I think it's okay. Okay, cool. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just fold this over once more. Let me open up the top. So I'm gonna fold it over like this. Wee. Come. And then I'm gonna do a top stitch. And try to get it like as close as I can to the edge. I don't know if you can see that. Try to move the needle over a little bit. Okay. All right. Where is... There we go. There we go. Okay. Just see how it's looking on the other side. Looks great. All right. Carrying on. I am sorry for the squeaky squeak. I don't know why it's so squeaky like that. It is so disturbing. Truthfully, like, when I'm here by myself sewing, it doesn't bother me because I'm used to it. But when I live stream, I'm much more conscious about it. And it's probably because I've been on a live stream before where somebody was like, I'm sorry, but your machine is too squeaky, so I'm going to have to leave. But good luck with your project. And that made me kind of like sad because I want you guys to stay and hang out with me. And I want to show you guys what I'm doing. And it's like, you can't do that if your ears are bleeding. Yeah, I definitely need to. I think too is right now in my apartment is really quiet. It normally is quiet, but right now it's like more quiet than normal. So I feel like I can really hear it. Let's just check on the stitches. Yes, beautiful, beautiful. Let me check on the other side. Beautiful. Okay. Carry on, carry on. We will carry on. Okay. I feel like this is out of focus. There we go. You see, you hear that? Sometimes it's like no squeak. I just heard it like kind of stop squeaking for a bit. It's so weird. But what I have been thinking about is getting I think it's called a semi-industrial machine. I've been thinking of getting one of those because I do like the option of being able to take my machine out so that I can sew outside. But at the same time, too, it's like if I get a new machine, I'm not throwing this one away. So I have to get a machine that, in my opinion, I have to get a machine that's going to be able to do something that this machine can't do, even if that the doing is it just being heavy duty. Look at that. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's the wrong side, right? So this is the right side. You probably can't see the difference, but it looks really good. So now what I have to do is I have to do this other side so that it looks exactly like this. So back to the gluing we go. Back to the gluing. But yeah, as I was saying, I think I want to get a semi and like keep this machine just in case like I ever need it. Or like, let's say if I want to, I don't know, use it to show somebody how to sew, like they can practice on this machine. And then just get a semi-industrial machine so that if, like I said, if I want to go out and sew, I can. But at the same time, it's also going to be able to handle like heavy duty garments and things like that. Because I don't, like, I did think like, oh, maybe I just get like the same exact machine. But that's kind of dumb. Like, in my opinion, that would be stupid for me to do. I'm sorry, I didn't realize you guys couldn't see what I was doing. But that would be kind of dumb for me to do because it's like you literally have two of the same machines. So if by the grace of God, they both are working at it to get like at the same period of time, you literally have two machines. So it would make sense to have one machine that can, sew like heavy duty things and one machine that's just a regular basic one. And in that way, the regular basic one is the one that's kind of faulty and it's the backup one. But the semi-industrial one is the one that it works and it does more, This looks a little weird. Look at it. It's like, I'm like really zoomed in. Okay, let me zoom out. So I'm just gluing this so that it's easier to sew it because I'm a lazy sewist. I don't use pins. I do, but I try to, I don't know, do what I can without using them. So I'm just gluing this right now. Oy vey, it won't stay. Because this is the one that's actually like wrong. Oy vey. Okay. Come on, behave. I have people watching us. Don't embarrass me. Okay. I think that's better. I probably should break out my tweezers. There we go. That looks better. Okay, then let's see if we'll flip it over. It's not perfect, but it's better. Okay, let me carry on. I'm gonna try to do like long strokes so that I can get I kind of feel like I should break out my tweezers. But that's okay though. That looks okay. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So the next, ouch. I don't know why I said ouch. It was more of like an ill feeling. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just, like, once I'm done sewing the faux, like channel. After that, I'm gonna sew the channel for the front of the shirt. And then I'm gonna connect the front and the back of the shirt. Or maybe I'm gonna connect the front and the back of the shirt first and then do the channeling. I think that would be easier. Okay, so yay, it's fully glued. It's not perfect, but it's still doing what it needs to do, which is to stay in place. Perfect. So then I'm just gonna like stitch straight down along the edge. So let's bring it to the machine. Okay. So I'm just going to bring it right under here. And then I'm gonna move my needle over a little more. A little more. There we go. And then I'm gonna sew. Yes, there we go. There we go. Okay. Oops, something feels weird. Okay. I'm sorry for the squeaky squeak. All right, let's just see what the stitch is looking like. It looks okay, but it's kind of coming in. So I need to make sure to just keep it as close as I can to the edge so that it doesn't come in too much. Ooh. Okay. Okay, let's see how that's looking. You can see where I kind of was in too close and then I had to go back out. Let's see what it looks like on the back. That's not too noticeable. It's okay. This is a handmade garment. Of course, there's gonna be small mistakes because a human is making it. And even with like sweatshops and stuff, it's still humans that are making those garments. They're just faster and probably more skilled because they've been doing it for so long, but they are still very capable of making mistakes. Okay, here it looks a little weird, so I want to see if I can maybe unglue that. Let me get those tweezers. I keep saying I need my tweezers and I'm not actually grabbing them. I don't know. Here they are. Okay, let's see. Because they are, it is not flat. Okay, that looks better. There's still that little weird thing. It might actually get hidden because I have to sew. Okay. Then cut, let me just zoom out a little bit. Cut this. Okay, so let's see what we're looking like. Now we have our faux channeling. It's not perfect, no, but it's still nice though. It's still okay. It's a little weird, like the fabric's not fully the seam, you know, but it's okay. It's all right. So now that we have the back piece intact, excuse me, the next thing to do is to connect. No, I'm lying. The next thing to do is to sew the front piece. Ooh, sorry, the front piece. So this is the back piece, right? And this is what I just finished sewing. So it literally is identical to that back piece. So I'm gonna just pin this here for later. Or no, maybe I'll just put it aside for later. But now what I want to sew is the front part. So the front part has this like channel that allows the string to kind of like go through and adjust the tightness. And I believe this is like a 1-inch channel. So I'm going to get my front piece, which is over here. And I'm going to sew that same channel. And what I like to do is I like to kind of create, like, normally I would draw a line with my fabric marker, but instead of drawing the line, I'm just going to sew the line. And the line should be 1 inch. So I'm just going to set my seam guide to here. And then put this to the middle. And then, yeah, I'm just going to sew a straight line all the way down so that I know where I need to fold. Ooh, my pen. So I'm probably going to be on this live for like another 15 minutes or so before I sign off. Okay, there we go. Ooh, why does it look like that? What's going on? Oh, nothing. It looks okay. It's doing all right. So I'm literally just keeping the edge of the fabric against this metal part so that I know that I'm staying within like the correct measurement. This curve is a little annoying. Oh shoot, I forgot to close my glue cap. My bad. Forgot. Okay. So I kind of... It's kind of like curling over. Maybe the squeaking is coming from the belt. Okay, this. And then okay. So you probably can't see it because it's white thread on white fabric. Just stitched my seam along. And then the second fold is to go over the seam allowance line, and then the string will go through there. So, yay, that's good. Now I need to do the other side, but I think I want to get like a far away shot because I am still recording content for this. So I think I'm gonna just drop this needle. Okay. Okay, now I'm gonna change the POV. I'm gonna change back to, hi. I'm gonna change back to this far shot. This far shot of me sewing. Okay. I want to make sure that this, like, you can see. If I turn this off, how does that look? Much better. Okay. Okay, so I have my seam allowances sewn for both sides of the shirt. So now what I have to do is connect the front and the back so that, you know, I forget how easy it is to make the shirt. I'm like, I'm almost done. How exciting. So yes, I'm gonna connect the front and the back. By sewing the right sides together. And again, I should be pinning this down, but I am a very disrespectful, lazy sewist. Oh man. That's 5/8, but it might actually be 3/8. But I don't remember actually. What is the seam allowance for the side? The seam allowance for the side. Oh gosh, I gotta charge my computer. The seam allowance for the side is 3/4. So I am late, but hi Lily, if you're still here, hi. I'm sorry I missed you. It's hard to like see the comments while I'm like doing what I'm doing, especially when I have that close-up point of view, because my phone is literally like on my chest, so I can't see the comments. So I'm sorry, Lily, if you're still here. How are you? Where are you watching from? And thank you for joining me. Okay, so this is 3/4. I don't know, this is not like the same length. Ooh, what did I do? What did I do? It's not the same length at all. Shoot. Like by far. That's not good. It's not good at all. Let me see the other side. I might have like pivoted or something, shifted something while I was cutting the fabric. Okay, so we have how much, so 3/4, how much is that as an eighth? 4/8 is a half. So 6/8 is 3/4. 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm definitely not the greatest at math. Me and math, we're not besties. We're associates, but we're not besties. Okay. I'm probably gonna go after I sew the seam because it's been about an hour and I need to do my hair and I need to eat. Yeah, this side lines up fine, so I think I might have just shifted something when I was cutting the other side. Okay, so I just sewed the side seam. So now we have the front piece connected to, oh shit. What did I do? Oh crap. I just made a mistake, but it is okay. But anyways, yeah. So this is the front and then this is the this is the back. And you can see like this channel, I think I'm supposed to have it on the inside because on this shirt back here on the dress form, it's on the inside. But it stylistically looks okay. It's kind of cool. So I think I'm gonna just leave it as is and then change the label for this. That's probably why I got tripped up, because one label was on the wrong side and one label was on the right side. Okay, cool. And this one's for me. So I should be able to like style it and, ooh, ah! It's gonna be so cute. And I already feel like I'm probably gonna wear it with these jeans. I love a wide leg jean. It looks a little weird because this still has to get cropped so you can see like, you know, some flesh. But it's so cute. It's so cute. And I feel like I should make like a winter version. Add like sleeve. Huh, I'm thinking now. But anyways, I'm gonna go. Thank you so much for joining me. Especially those of you that have sticked around for like this whole entire stream. I really appreciate it. And I hope you're having an amazing weekend. I hope the weather is everything wonderful wherever you are. And I plan on live streaming next Saturday at the same time. So next Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard New York time. So if you want to join me then, stop by. I would love to share my time with you. Until then, ciao.